We spend all day making candy to earn candy.
Candy was a staple of most of our childhoods. The sweet treats that line the counters in convenience stores are little reminders of when you would pull at your parents' pant leg and request a snack. Candy has the potential of bringing on waves of nostalgia, but some candy is discontinued, fated to only be enjoyed in our memories. Here are 10 discontinued candies we miss.
It'll be like taking candy from a baby.
Garbage candy.
Ah, my head's garbage!
Ready for a blast from the past? Remember the little garbage bins that came in many colors and fit perfectly into your little child-sized hands? If you lifted the top of the bin, you could see inside to your treats, which were shaped like garbage, bottles, and fish bones. I guess recycling and compost was not being separated then. Funny, isn't it? This candy would not really work with today's youth because garbage does not actually look the way it used to.
That's my character. I'm the trash man.
Now we have bins upon bins upon bins, which are all used for different purposes. Garbage, compost, recycling. Times change, and with them, candies change too. What worked for children and the parents in the past does not necessarily fly anymore. Even the beloved Oscar the Grouch from Sesame Street, who lives in a garbage can and sings songs like I Love Trash, has spent some times in a recycling bin. Onwards and upwards.
What the hell? I'll just eat some trash.
Hubba Bubba Squeeze Pop.
It's like, excuse me, but have you ever heard of styling gel?
Remember these? They came in very little bottles, almost like the travel-sized toothpaste, but this was not something you would ever want to use to brush your teeth. That sounds absolutely horrible, doesn't it? Well, being a kid and squirting the tube into your mouth to eat it is not so far off from actually brushing with it. This candy must have been discontinued for the obvious reason that it was just the worst thing for your teeth.
Oh my God, my gums!
There are so many candies that are bad for your dental health as well as your overall physical well-being. However, this is really the next level. This candy would coat your teeth in sugar. Remember how it would make your mouth change color? Though there are so many candies we miss, this one may not be the one we are dying to have returned to the shelves. If you count yourself as a die-hard fan of them, don't be shy. It is totally normal to want to destroy your enamel and get cavities because it makes you think of being a child. No judgment. None. At all. We get why you miss this. We miss it too. Do we actually miss it or miss it ironically? Hard to tell, but we miss it all the same.
That is so nice. I miss you too.
Bazooka Bubble Gum.
A bazooka. You remembered.
Now, some may be thinking, hey, I saw Bazooka Bubble Gum for sale at Walmart just last week. Well, yes, you are correct. This gum is not actually discontinued. What is discontinued are the infamous comic strips that came with the gum. So even though you are still able to buy the actual gum, you cannot get the comic strip, and where is the fun in that? Bazooka Bubble Gum was introduced during the Second World War from a company based in Brooklyn. The gum was packaged in patriotic red, white, and blue, and there was always a comic wrapped around your gum. The comic was very popular, and some may even say the biggest selling point of this candy. In the comic, you could follow along the adventures and follies of one specific character, Bazooka Joe.
As far as I'm concerned, that's America's ass.
There are a total of 1,535 of these comic strips. You can try to collect them if you dare. Surely having such a stash would be worth a fortune, considering you can no longer buy the gum with the comic included. Apparently, the company thought the comic was no longer appealing to young people. They revamped their brand by taking away its most prominent feature. Those of you out there who bought the gum during its comic-covered years surely miss the trusty character it came with. Those who have no idea what or who this Bazooka Joe guy was, well, straight up, you missed out.
It's called Carpe Diem, Morty. Look it up.
Bonkers.
Bonkers. Wherever you...
Anyone remember the tagline, Bonkers bonks you out? If you do, then you may also remember the hilarious, weird, and somewhat frightening commercials for this candy. The washed-out living room and very drab people who look like they belong in Twin Peaks rather than a kid's candy commercial. Remember? Bonkers was notable because of its commercials, which featured boring people who were then literally bonked out by the flavor of the candy. Really. Giant fruit fell from the sky and landed on their heads. That's good advertising, no? It has the ability to stick with you and is showing you how impactful their product is. If you are a visual learner, then this display of marketing is really the one for you.
I'm learning.
No facts or figures, just a straight-up example of what happens when you eat this candy. Apparently, the rights to this candy were bought, and there were rumors that it would be coming back into circulation. Boy, who wouldn't want to see the commercials now? Would they keep the same idea behind the campaign? Only time will tell. Watch out for this candy in stores, and whether you want to reminisce or you actually just never knew about this candy and its commercials, you should check them out online. You will not regret watching the Bonkers commercial, which is just so bonkers that it works.
Oh my god! That's some pretty hardcore stuff.
Cinnamon Tic Tacs.
You definitely need some Tic Tacs or something, because your breath stinks!
The next item on our long list of discontinued candies we miss so desperately as Jaime Lannister missed his hand, are the ever so delicious cinnamon Tic Tacs. Yes, they are gone. Surprising, isn't it? They were probably not something you bought all the time, but when you did, you loved them, right? Well, that seems to be the case for everyone. There are posts all over the socials that ask where they have gone or ponder their removal. There are even polls. Did you love them or hate them? That kind of thing.
Kelly, what the hell kind of circus is this? You're telling me this is their legal process?
You know something has really reached people when there is a poll for it online, right? Is that how things work these days? Anyway, the real point here is that these cinnamon Tic Tacs are gone, and that makes us sad. What is even sadder is some of us may not have known they were even gone until now. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
Don't kill the messenger.
M&M Crispy.
Crispy M&Ms are here.
Up next, we have M&M Crispy. This treat was only discontinued because it was intended to be a limited edition. There was nothing wrong with the candy, and clearly the company is still rockin' and rollin', so there is no shocking reason why it disappeared from the shelves. Never fear, though, this candy comes back around now and then. How could it not? When a candy is as successful as this one was, do you really think that the company would just let it die? Not a chance. Money must be made where and when it can.
Ah, the sweet smell of an all-day sucker.
M&M Crispy candies were originally marketed and sold in 1999. They were taken off the market in the United States, but remained available in Europe for some time. Now you have to hunt for them and hope that for some holiday or special anniversary or even some marketing event like the Super Bowl or something that the product will resurface. Look for them. They are bound to return. Some discontinued candies do not stay discontinued forever. A timely resurrection is bound to happen. If the people keep demanding it, then the company is bound to give it.
Look at me! I'm human!
Milkshake Chocolate Bar.
I drink your milkshake.
The Milkshake Chocolate Bar was introduced in the 1920s, right around the time the Milky Way bar was also launched. It was produced by the now out-of-business Hollywood Candy Company. Both bars were marketed in a similar color scheme and had relatively matching flavor profiles. They both were made from milk chocolate, caramel, and nougat. The biggest difference was that Milkshake's nougat was malted. Some may even say this bar tasted kind of like a Three Musketeers bar.
What's wrong with Three Musketeers?
No one watched Three Musketeers. Yeah, it's just nougat.
Apparently, if you put this chocolate bar into the freezer, you can enjoy it cold on hot summer days. You could put anything into the freezer, though, if you really wanted to. This bar had nothing truly exceptional going for it, but also nothing really wrong with it either. It was slowly phased out by Leaf Candy Company, who acquired Hollywood Candy Company in 1988. Some may remember Grandpa or Grandma eating a milkshake bar, or even Mom or Dad. They were yummy. They were a classic. They just did not have the little something special they needed to stay around.
You don't put bourbon in or nothing?
Giant Pixy Stix.
Is my carton of Pixy Stix in?
No, it hasn't come in yet.
Yes, yes, yes. You can still buy giant Pixy Stix. They are not actually discontinued. That being said, they are half the size they once were. Therefore, they are exactly half the fun and precisely half the candy they used to be. Can we then say they are half discontinued? That we miss half of the candy? That we want that other half back because now it is not as exciting as it was to eat the giant Pixy Stix? Can we even say that this stick isn't isn't giant anymore? What constitutes as giant? Has the average child shrunk over time, and that is the reason why the stick had to get shorter too?
Do you know how long I've waited to tell tall person jokes?
No. The answer is no. Kids are not necessarily shrinking, but the amount of acceptable sugar a person is to ingest is. When you think about it that way, then it's all right that the stick is half the size, we guess. Maybe it is okay. It is a conflicting situation because there is a valid reason why the giant Pixy Stix is smaller. However, if you grew up with the stick being bigger, you are mad it is smaller. Imagine yourself throwing up a hand to your forehead in mock mental exasperation. The drama of it all. While humor can be found in this predicament, it is still a valid question. It may have you thinking about your values. Are you the kind of person who says no to the shorter Pixy Stix because of history and your childhood memories? Or are you the kind of person who is looking ahead at the rise of obesity rates and health problems caused by sugar, and now wishing they made the stick even smaller?
I think it's gratuitous, but whatever.
Chiclets.
Next thing you know, we're selling chiclets in the street.
No Halloween looting was ever complete without boxes upon boxes of Chiclets. Many people will remember the two-piece pack that was surely among Halloween hoards for years. Back in the day when Halloween lasted longer into the evening, kids generally went out in big groups, and pillowcases were not only used, but often not even big enough for the candy given out.
Gotta make room for more candy. Come on, eat as much as you can.
Back in those times, Chiclets were extremely popular. Because really, if you were going to have gum, did you want to have Chiclets? You did not then, but now you do. Now you remember them fondly and think about them with warm thoughts. How clever it was to have fun in a two-piece pack. Oh, they were so perfect for their time. They are missed and remembered every Halloween, that is for sure.
Can we not start messing with each other's memories?
Whistle Pops. You can eat it, you can blow it, it makes noise. It is a candy and a whistle in one. Step right up, don't be shy. Come and get your scrumptious, delightful, amusing, and fun candy whistle pop. But wait. Whole joyous world suddenly goes dark. The light and melodious tune that was surely playing in the background stops. It's like a dementor is coming. It's like all the life is being sucked out of you. Why? Because this candy is discontinued. It is gone. This image of pure happiness is gone. We are so sorry to tell you this. You can no longer buy a candy whistle. You cannot buy whistle pops. Though you want to, we know you want to. We want to blow that candy whistle too. Just one last long whistle blow for old time's sake. Thanks for the memories, Whistle Pops.
I do miss whistling though.
Stick around and check out one of these other 4 videos. And for new viewers, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to join our notification squad.